And I feel like why a lot of people lose friends is because they fail to realize that friendship, it's an actual relationship. It's not a romantic relationship, but it's a relationship that requires maintenance. Even if you're a low maintenance friend, it's still some type of maintenance. I don't think a lot of people understand what it takes to be a friend. I don't think a lot of people understand maintaining friendships. I don't think a lot of people believe or understand how to nurture friendships. A lot of us focus on nurturing romantic relationships, and then when we get to a certain age, we're like, oh wow, I don't have any friends. That's because you nurtured your romantic relationship instead of a friend. A lot of people in romantic relationship who didn't have friends before and try to make friends after, those friendships aren't as genuine, I would say, as the type of friendship that they want, if that makes sense. I like this friendship that I see on social media. I like the friendship that I see with this person. I like this friendship, but I am not capable of mentally being available in a friendship like that. The person that you're trying to become friends with is at a disadvantage, because the type of friendship that you're requiring from them isn't the type of friendship that you can provide to them. Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. If you're an oldie but goodie, thanks for being here. So today the topic that I'm going to speak about is my biggest flex, the biggest flex you can have in your 30s. All right, there's other things, but for me it's like seeing everything on social media and seeing all the conversation that is happening now about like friendship and people not having friends. I realized how blessed a person can be, or anyone can be, if they actually have friends. I have friends, like I know people with large friends group that they're still close-knit. I know people with small friend group, and for me, I'll say I have a medium-sized friends group, and everybody in that friend group plays a role. What I've learned, you know, after watching some of these videos and realizing is that it's a flex to actually have friends, and some people just don't have friends because of whatever reason. And I watch a lot of videos and they'll say, oh, they get hurt and all of this by a lot of friends and all of that, so them just cut off people completely. I think that's fine if you don't want to have friends, but I also don't think that's like advice for other people. Advice should be, you know, what happened in those friendships and the signs that you missed, and then other people who are looking for friends to not miss those signs, because I do think having good friends is a very important thing, and it can work out for the right people, you know, depending on your personality and what you're into and what you're like. And just you don't let social media fool you, and don't let social media try to force you not to have a community, not to have friends. Because if you sit here and watch all these videos about people talking about, I don't have no friends and this is why, or I don't have no friends, and you know, them telling all of them trauma and them all their trauma and things that they go through with friendship, it might scare someone else who's coming up and actually want to make good friends. It's not like everybody out there are hard. It's not like the whole world is horrible. It's just that the group of people that they ran into were horrible, and I watched a few of them, and a lot of them also did, you know, own up to what they did wrong and what the other people did wrong. So that's true. So sometimes if you're looking for friends, I feel like it's important that to have accountability, to like think about why is it that you don't, other than, yeah, people hurt you, but think about the times that you may have done something to these friends. Think about the time that you may have broken up these friendships. Think about you as a person and what might make it be hard to be friends with you, right? So that's the first thing. Because I say a lot of, and why I say this is because I don't think friendship is hopeless. I just feel like a lot of people didn't learn how to become friends. A lot of people didn't learn how to be friends, and a lot of people are learning how to be friends based off of sitcoms, you know, Disney Channel shows. And to be honest, some of those things aren't realistic. So sometimes, like from my days, some of them show that they'd have some realistic friendship, but there are others, they're very superficial friendships. They weren't realistic friendships, you know. So some of them weren't a good example of what friendship should be like. We were taught to be friends in real life. For the ones who's had friends and then had friendship breakups, I don't think, you know, I understand where you're coming from, but if it's worth fixing, you can fix it, but don't fix the wrong friendships. That's what I'll say, right? Don't fix the wrong ones. Find the ones that is worth fixing for you. Also, when it comes on to making good friends, you kind of have to understand the person that you are. So in our younger days, when we're making friends, it kind of doesn't really matter who you are, because you're making friends regardless. You go to school, you go to high school, because you're always around people, so you're going to always make friends or just always meet people. once you get older and the interaction with people kind of decreases, it is harder for you to make friends, and also based on your personality, you're probably not able to hold a friendship. Just like how they say relationships, sometimes people aren't compatible. Friendships are like that. Maybe you're not compatible with the friends that you chose, or maybe you're not compatible with the friends that you thought you would be. So that's why most of those friendships aren't lasting long. That's why most of them aren't doing as well as you thought it was. And I think what a lot of people fail to realize is that friendships, this is something that I learned later down in life. Friendship is basically it's a relationship. Despite what it's a relationship, and I feel like why a lot of people lose friends is because they fail to realize that friendship, it's an actual relationship. It's not a romantic relationship, but it's a relationship that requires maintenance. Even if you're a low maintenance friend, it's still some type of maintenance. It's just something has to be in there to keep it tight knit, right? And a lot of people fail to realize that. They don't understand that it's a relationship. I think a lot of people take friendship for granted. Them just think, all right, we're friends, just know say I'm a friend, and that's it. Just know that, and that's it. I don't think a lot of people understand what it takes to be a friend. I don't think a lot of people understand maintaining friendships. I don't think a lot of people believe or understand how to nurture friendships. A lot of us focus on nurturing romantic relationships, and then when we get to a certain age, we're like, oh wow, I don't have any friends. That's because you nurtured your romantic relationship instead of a friendship. And honestly, if you feel like a romantic relationship is good enough for you to have without a friendship, that is fine. But don't later down the line be like, okay, I have a romantic relationship, this is okay, but now I want friendship. Let me tell you why. A lot of people in romantic relationship who didn't have friends before and try to make friends after, those friendships aren't as genuine, I would say, as the type of friendship that they want, if that makes sense. Let me explain. So a lot of people who are in romantic relationships, I'm going to start with them first. Romantic relationships, they'll say that they're lonely, but they're not lonely romantically. They're lonely where it concerns friendships, right? But what happens is they don't know how to nurture a friendship. And not even just that, they're seeing certain friendships on social media. They're seeing certain people around them have certain friendships. They're seeing friendships, just different types of friendships, and they're like yearning and wanting that type of friendship, but at the same time, they're not being honest with themselves and realizing like, hey, I like this friendship that I see on social media, I like the friendship that I see with this person, I like this friendship, but I am not capable of mentally being available in a friendship like that. So it's like they want that type of friendship, but them not be honest with themselves and say, I'm not capable of being in a friendship. That type of friendship is nice with people close and got places together, but the position that I am in and the life that I have and the life that I'm living, that I am comfortable with now, I am not capable of having that type of friendship. And that's where they're messed up, because they're not honest with themselves and them don't tell themselves that. So when they go out and make friendships, they're expecting the social media type of friendship, and then they go out and they try to get that type of friendship. But when that friendship is, presented with them and that type of vibe is presented to them, they kind of back away, because they're like, oh wait, this is too much for me, or this friend is too needy for me, right? So my advice is, look at it, especially as an adult, look at your life right now. Pay attention to what you're capable of. You already have a romantic relationship, that's probably your best friend. You already have kids, and yes, you want friends outside of that, but don't make friends based on what you see, because some of us mentally can't handle those friendships. They can't maintain it, they can't nurture it. And the person that you're trying, I think it's the person that you're trying to become friends with is at a disadvantage, because the type of friendship that you're requiring from them isn't the type of friendship that you can provide to them, if that makes sense. I hope you guys are understanding what I'm saying. So your type of friendship would probably be in someone in a similar situation as you are, meaning the same type of relationship, and can understand where your boundaries are where it concerns friendship, and take out the social media friendship that you have in your head. Take that out of the way. that's not your reality. Take that out of your way and find a friendship that can meet you which part you there, that can meet you where you are, that kind of have the same needs that you have. You know, find that type of friend and stop going out here and choosing friends and choosing friendship with people that you cannot be available for the way how they are available for you, and that you cannot mentally be there for them the way how you want. And I use that word a little bit loosely because I don't even think some of you guys want it. It's just that you're convinced based on what you're seeing that you want it, like, okay, this is how a friendship is supposed to be. But I don't think everybody's friendship is the same, and just because that person have that doesn't mean that that's what you're supposed to have, because in all reality you probably aren't mentally there to accept that type of friendship or even give that type of friendship. So this is for the ones that in a relationship, right? Hope that helps. That was a long talk.